Hello and welcome back to another thrilling installment of Niche Radio, coming at you from Fab Radio International. Please get onto our Facebook Niche Nights and our Twitter at Niche Radio, because today we'll be telling you about all the geekiest stuff known to man and woman. We'll be discussing what if aliens came to Earth. We'll be telling you about all the new geeky merchandising comics out, and very, very much more. Hello and welcome back to Niche Radio every Wednesday from 6 and repeated now on Sundays as well. So how's it going, everyone? You alright?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've got a red neck.
You have a very red neck.
But like Cotton Eye Joe style.
Yes. One of those
Sweet.
is in a box of finals outside.
Excellent. Oh, well, I'll pick it up later on. So we are your hosts, Owen Duncan and
Connell Taylor. Hello.
and we're here to tell you about everything geeky in the news and out of the news as well. We've got secrets galore right here, first up, there's what's new in Forbidden Planet section, which this is my favourite bit where I get to press the buttons. Wait for it. I'll find it any second now. So, go on, what's new?
What's new in Forbidden Planet? Well, lots of stuff. Yesterday, the big dog came home with a Bruce Campbell figurine where he's just sawn off his arm, attacks a chainsaw, and has said the timeless word, groovy.
That was a good part of the film. So, chainsaws.
What's new? What's new? What's new in Forbidden Planet?
So what is new in Forbidden Planet? Well, this week we have had a cornucopia of stuff on Oldham Street, Forbidden Planet, Manchester. It is the absolute bomb. And starting off with the comics. And there have been tons of cool comics this week. There's always tons of cool comics because comics are cool in general. But yeah, a quick rundown. We've had Batman New 52, number 39. Batman Eternal, number 47. Deathstroke, number 5. Earth 2, World's End, number 5. Flash New 52, number 39. Future's End, number 43. Secret Origins, number 10. Dave, issue 1. In case any of you wanted to follow the heroic antics of Dave.
I'm quite curious about that. What is Dave?
I'll buy you one.
Thanks, man.
Also, Daredevil 13. All new Captain America, Fear Him. The new subtitle. And Uncanny Avengers 2. Secret Wars 30. Deadpool 42. Spider-Gwen, which is, of course, Gwen... Not Gwen Stefani, but Gwen Stacy as a spider.
Gwen Cooper.
Any old Gwen. In fact, I wonder if it is Gwen Stacy, if it's just all a cunning ruse. It could just be like any old Gwen. I know a couple of Gwens. Maybe they've got secret spider powers. Doubt it.
I'd like to know if they do, though.
How are you going to find out?
Might ask them. I'll write them a letter.
I hope it's a polite letter.
Of course.
Spider-Man 2099, number 9. And also the long-awaited Star Wars Darth Vader, number 2. And that's our little roundup for the comics. Now, there's tons and tons of merch out, so I'm going to rattle through it because there are loads of awesome stuff, which everybody should definitely buy all of right away. So, the Pulp Fiction reaction figures, the retro figures from the cult classic from Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction, are on the shelves now. Also, the manga Bleach box sets and also Naruto box sets are now available. The first box set available in the UK, and we have them on our shelves. Also, there's a Marvel Now Thor statue where he's looking super hench. Punisher New Era caps. There's Battlestar Galactica and Firefly keyrings now in stock, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bobbleheads. Also, if any of you were after the Dancing Groot vinyl pop and you didn't get it when we had 150 in before Christmas and sold out in 2 days, then you should definitely come down to the store as soon as, because they are flying off like hot cakes.
I was in a bar the other day with had a big screen playing Guardians of the Galaxy on. It was on silent, but obviously people watching would always see it. A lot of people shut up and just looked at the screen lovingly when Baby Groot came on at the end.
Yeah.
And like all sort of reacted when he turned round and then turned back and carried on dancing. It was quite interesting to watch. Everyone was, oh, I love that bit.
Yeah.
In farmer accent, as you do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very, very popular. And ridiculous how popular it was, to be honest. It was very cool. Have you've seen it now, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an awesome film. Awesome soundtrack. So we also have Card Wars from Revenge Time, Dragon Ball Z, large the Banpresto figures have been licensed to us. Also, Wind Waker Link from Figma, and the Wind Waker Link one is one of my favourites because it is absolutely boss. It's him all cute with all the accessories, the shield, the sword, everything, and those are all in store now. So yeah, that is your rundown of what's new in Forbidden Planet. When I raced through that, rattled through it, and next up we have the incredible competition time.
Competition time. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. In a competition.
So it's competition time, as you may have heard from our Final Fantasy VII inspired jingle. And these jingles are the absolute tits. Just for now.
They were a lot of fun to make.
Yeah, and of course, if you were paying attention then, you would notice that it is in fact competition time. Where we, the wonderful chaps at Niche Nights and Niche Radio, run down some of the amazing things we have on offer for you because we like giving away loads of free stuff, don't we?
We do, such as comics.
We do, but first, let's not get ahead of the old speedwagon on the old mule track to infinity. Let's just reel it back like Mr. Fisherman in his jean shorts. Yeah?
You know I'm a never nude.
All right. So the current competition we've got going on is the one we keep talking about because we've been rolling over these prizes for ages, making a bundle to match the biggest bundles known to man. So the rundown is, at the top slot we have the incredible Watch Dogs for PS3, donated to us from Ubisoft. Many thanks. We also have, as part of this bundle, an Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man framed print. We have a limited edition Batman calendar and a 2015 Marvel calendar. We also have a big comic bundle spanning everything from Uncanny Avengers to X-Men to Daredevil. It's mostly Marvel, but there are some classic DC titles in there as well, and a few independents just to keep you going. So there's a big stack of comics involved with that as well. Also, there's loads of Angry Birds plush, including some Angry Birds Star Wars plush. And also in that mixture is the entire original run of Death of Wolverine, which is the hotly anticipated Wolverine title. The
entire
title.
run, you say?
It is the entire run, all first prints, all in mint condition, straight off the shelves of Forbidden Planet.
Why are we giving that away?
Because we're ace. We're just really ace. It's also got all the tie-ins as well. So the Nightcrawler comic that tied into that, because Nightcrawler was all sad, and the Storm comic, because Storm was all sad, and so all the like the little tie-in bits as well are there also, including some of the lead-up, which were called 3 Months to Die. So that is still on offer, and you can win that if you hop onto our social media, which is at Niche Radio on Twitter, or if you prefer, Niche Nights on Facebook. Please get in touch. And you can win it as easy as getting the template of a magic card off from our Facebook.
It's in our photos.
Yeah, it's in our photos, and we keep on sharing it. And this competition is going to run up until the end of March. No, it's not. Until the end of Feb. That's this month, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, it's going to be only running until the end of Feb. So hurry up, guys. All you got to do is make a humorous magic card, maybe involving yourself or involving something you wouldn't find in magic cards. But either way, send it in, and the one that we think is funniest will win the entire bundle, and they'll also win free entry to Geek Night, so they can come down and collect it. And yeah, that is one heck of a prize. Am I right?
Just the entire Death of Wolverine collection. I think is rad.
I think the free entry to Geek Night is definitely worth it. 'Cause, I mean, look what all these nice people have to say about it.
Hi, my name's Sin, and I'm at Geek Night. I'm enjoying it due to the cool vibe and all the great people that are here. And you are listening to Niche Radio.
You know what? I can really appreciate anybody who uses the term "cool vibe." It's just something you don't hear enough anymore. Yeah, but thank you very much for thinking we have a cool vibe at Geek Night, and I'd agree with you. So yeah, so that is the entire bundle. So there's a Spider-Man print, a comic bundle, the Death of Wolverine complete set. There's also the PS3 Watch Dogs, some Angry Birds plush, some Game of Thrones posters as well, which I forgot to mention before, and other bits as well. So yeah, that is all going. Please hop on to Facebook on Niche Nights, like us a bunch, and yeah, you too could win. But yeah, there's a new competition, and Connor was really excited to tell you about it. So I think you should be the one to go. And this is going to start in March. Is that right? So as soon as one competition ends, another one begins.
It's competition time.
Oh, that's already happened.
It sure has.
Could you tell the difference? Yeah, we're I put on our Facebook. Who likes comics? Do you like comics?
I like comics. I like
Good.
comics.
Every single day in March, we're going to give one lucky person
Oh, they're lucky.
a free comic. It's simple as it's a like and share campaign. So each day we're going to put on what the issue is. They're all like one shots or number ones or just good comics. We've got 31 of them, 31 days in March. So each day we're going to post what it is. If you like and share the post, you could win.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And every single day, so you've got 31 chances to win.
And one thing I should probably point out, as much as we do have lots of loyal fans that go onto our social media regularly, it is sometimes the case that everyone will think, oh well, somebody's already shared that one. I'll never win it. But in fact, some of these prizes before we've just been able to keep for ourselves because everyone's kind of not bothered. So if even one person just goes, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to share that comic right now, that you okay, just between you and me, you're pretty much a shoe-in to win it. And we've also got comics like we've got variant covers, which obviously the rarer ones, which go for a lot more money. There's also some old '60s ones. There's some really cool comics, and then a lot of current ones as well. If you're looking to get into new stuff, so that was some pretty badass competitions, right?
It's rad. I think I'm excited about this bundle, and I'm excited to see these magic cards.
Yeah, same.
I don't know which I'm more excited about, the comic book one or the big bundle of joy.
Well, I think the comic one is going to be one every single day, right?
It is
for all of March.
31 times exciting.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. But then in the big bundle with all the different prizes in now, there's easily 31 comics in there anyway. So
That's true.
It's a bit of a toss up, really. But yeah, so that was ladies and gents, that was competition time on Niche Radio. Here's the jingle once more.
Competition time. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. In a competition. Competition time.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to Niche Radio on Fab Radio International, your home for everything geeky, gaming, cosplay, I don't know, LARPing, you make it up.
Dastardly.
It's, the home for the dastardly. And you have just missed, if you're tuning in, the entire rundown of all the new merchandise and comics at Forbidden Planet. And also some of our amazing competitions we've got coming up for you. But next up is our...
3 legendary Nights of Niche bring to you events full of fun, gaming, and competitions at Niche Nights.
So, legendary Niche Nights Keteers. Here we are once again. So, we've got tons and tons of events coming up for you. There's loads going on in Manchester and the surrounding area for anybody with good taste. So, if you like comics or gaming or
Cool vibes.
if you like cool vibes, then you should definitely pop on down. Because, there's tons of stuff, isn't there?
What's our next event? I believe it's Tokyo Chipped.
No, it's 90s night.
Oh, it is.
It is. So if you like anything 90s, which is all the cheesy stuff and all the sludgy stuff as well. So we'll be playing things like Nirvana and Placebo and Green Day back to back with S Club, Wigfield and Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys. I've got a soft spot for Backstreet Boys. So yeah, but if you come down dressed as 90s as you possibly can, then you may win the Ultra 90s prize, which is a mystery. But yeah, it's at Tiger Lounge, and that is the first Thursday of next month, which is on the 5th, I think it lands on, isn't it?
It
March
is.
the 5th, yeah.
A week tomorrow.
Yeah, and that is going to be super exciting. Then, of course, after that, it is Tokyo Chipped just after, and here's a little bit about it.
From Niche Nights and Fab Cafe, an evening of cult anime, gaming, sci-fi, and more, including a Super Smash Bros. Competition and a full screening of Ghost in the Shell and chiptune releases by the Virus Empire and Oracle. Local boys, come on down to Fab Cafe on March the 26th for all your J-pop, chiptune, nerdcore, and video games all wrapped up in one.
So that is my pitiful advert for Tokyo Chipped, and of course there is a mistake on there. If you can spot the deliberate mistake, we'll give you an extra high five. But yeah, it's
What a great way to get around it. I like that.
but it is not in fact a Super Smash Bros. Tournament. It is even better. It is a Pokemon Stadium tournament. So bring down your Pokemon save packs and battle your Charizards against my Squirtles, and together we shall win. But Tokyo Chipped is going to be absolutely boss. It's the only place in Manchester that really, really caters for anime and retro gaming fans all in one. And some of the chiptune artists they've had are world-renowned chiptune DJs. Like Harley Likes Music, we shared something of his on Facebook a little while ago because he played the very first one, and he's he plays festivals all over now.
But Chipsel as well, I noticed.
Yeah, Chips
She's getting
great.
a lot bigger recently. She's playing some big-ass club in London next month, I think.
Yeah, but so this month, on March the 26th, we have the Virus Empire and Oracle playing, which are going to be absolutely mint.
The Oracle seemed very nice.
Yeah, we played some Virus Oracle 2 shows ago, didn't we? No, we didn't. We played some Virus Empire. I just mixed up both names. When you put two together, it's like that thing we were discussing last week. Like, what would you do if you were trapped in like a time machine?
Like a
transporter
fly.
with a fly, yeah. What if two chiptune artists get stuck in the thing and they get morphed together like a big old...
Skinzel.
Yeah. So what other incredible things we doing? Must be some more, right?
Geek Night.
What? But really, what about Dinosaurs and Capes? That's before Geek Night.
It is. I've got my days mixed up. Yeah, we've got Dinosaurs and Capes. We're doing back-to-back with 90s Night. So on Thursday, a week tomorrow, we've got 90s Night. The month after that, the first Thursday of the month, is Dinosaurs and Capes. So a Motown pop punk night. Come down, it's gonna be rad. There's dinosaurs and there's free shots and there's boogie times.
Yeah, there'll be dance-offs galore. Oh, and may I just add, if you're listening live now, then good on you. But if you are listening to our repeat on Sunday, all these dates are going to be messed up for you. So just go on to our Facebook, which is Niche Nights, or our Twitter @Niche Radio, just to double check all the timings. But yeah, and then of course there is the legendary Geek Night, which we've heard a little bit of our stuff about Geek Night already. There's one of these.
Geek Night. Geek Night.
So that is everything you need to know about Geek Night. The next one is on April the 5th. It will be absolutely amazing. And there's going to be tons of cool stuff going on. It's like a little mini con with a party atmosphere. But if you haven't heard about it already, then you should go on our Facebook, check it out, because the cover art alone, the poster art alone, is absolutely incredible and done by the amazing Twisted Dreads, who you should also check out. And also there's this.
On Bank Holiday Sunday, April the 5th, the legend returns. It's Geek Night 7 from 4 until 2 at Fab Cafe Manchester, Portland Street, featuring loads and loads of fun like Tekken tournaments, geeky quiz, cosplay competitions, lucky dips and tons of prizes from Forbidden Planet Manchester, featuring tons of local talented artists and DJs from Game Face, Niche Radio and Tokyo Chipped. Geek Night 7, April the 5th at Fab Cafe Manchester. Choose your adventure.
Hello, welcome back to
Niche Radio.
Niche Radio.
I love all these things. Yeah, we're going to do our quiz in a minute. If you've just tuned in, you've missed What's New in Forbidden Planet. It was a whole bunch of comics and loads of merch.
It sure was. And so if you're excited as I am for one of Connell's amazing homemade quizzes made from real Connell, then you'll be even more excited once you hear this spectacular jizz-worthy little intro.
Quiz.
Quiz. Quiz. Quiz.
Quiz.
So now it's time for I've forgotten the word.
Party time.
No,
Party
quiz.
time.
Time for quiz.
Oh, it's time for the quiz.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so ladies and gents, if you're listening at home, get out a pad and paper. We'll run through the questions and then.
Yeah, I reckon we'll do. I'll read out all the questions and then we'll do our next section, which is talking about spoiler alerts.
Uh-oh.
I think we're going to be talking about Gotham and possibly Agent Carter. I just said Agent Carter. Right, I was about to say Agents
did.
of Carter.
That's
Excellent.
the first time. Ding ding, let's cheers.
Thanks.
Yay.
Great. So yeah, I got 5 questions for you. Some worth more than others. So note down your points. I will do the same, and I'll give you the answers after spoiler alert.
All right.
Question 1. So question 1 is, which TV show is this quote from? You get a point for the show and a point for the episode name. With great power comes a ton of weird crap that you're not prepared to deal with. I'll give you everyone a clue. It's fairly recent.
Okay.
Okay? So 2 points there. Show and episode name or number. That's fair. Question 2. To go in with our little stab we had at the start, what date and year was Tetris first released?
Well, the date and the year.
You can just have the year. I'll tell you the date after.
Okay.
What year was it released?
Okay. All right. Got my answer. Come on, guys at home. You can beat me.
Okay, question 3 is a closest guess to. And you're allowed to be, let's say, if you're 5 either way, then you still get the point. And if you're spot on, you get 3 points. Owen, you're not going to like this question. On which page of the script for Firefly did Wash die?
Do you mean Serenity?
Oh yeah, I do. I was thinking of Firefly. Yeah, which pages of the script did Wash die? Apparently, throughout the filming of Serenity, he kept having jokes with Joss Whedon, saying, "My script doesn't seem to go past this number, but what's happening there?" And Joss was just like, "Yeah, man, everyone stops there, not just yours," because they didn't want to talk about it. That was really cool. Question 4: in X-Men Storm, what is Storm's real name?
Oh, I know this one. Cool. If you guys at home don't get this, I'll be very disappointed.
And question 5: Stephen Fry once wrote a script for Doctor Who that was never used. True or false?
I really want that to be true.
And that's going to be the general way I'm going to do quizzes from now on. So
Excellent
there'll
stuff.
be true or falses, there'll be closest twos, there'll be name the quote. I hope you like it.
Well, yeah, that was an awesome quiz, and I reckon I've got every single one right. I reckon. And so next up, ladies and gents, it is the incredible spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
In Quantum Leap, Sam Beckett never actually makes it home.
Shut up.
And so here we are. Thank you for tuning into Niche Radio. This is Spoiler Alert, where we talk about all the newest stuff in the geeky world, the comic book and the gaming and everything else world. Of late, it has been pretty much just a rundown of what's been happening in Gotham and Agent Carter, because they've been so good.
I hear it was the season finale of Agent Carter today.
It was, yeah.
Well, yesterday.
Yeah.
I heard that off you because you told me.
Yeah, well, that's what I did with my mouth words, and I'm telling you, faithful listeners, as well. It was the faithful finale. I don't know what it was anymore. Let's smoke some more
disfaithful
crack.
finale.
That might help. So yeah, it was the season finale of Agent Carter today. I watched it with both my eyes. Something that I don't regret.
Do you know what? I've not watched the last maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, you suck.
I don't think I'm that big a fan.
Well,
I almost held myself back from saying that. I'm not enjoying it as much as everything else in the Marvel cinema universe.
okay. Well, like Shield.
Or any of the films. Everything out by
right,
Marvel
yeah,
at the moment, I think, is the ultimate rad. Apart from that, which is weird, because I like that part of time, like that part of history. I like that style. I like these sort of stories. I like her. She's really, really hot. Everything about it is interesting. I like hearing the background of Stark Industries and all of that. I like learning more about Captain America. But I can't quite get... I've missed 4 episodes and I don't care. It's weird.
Fair. I mean, that's kind of how I felt about Doctor Who when we first started watching that. I was like, oh yeah, Capaldi, right, I'm going to get in on this. Bit of Capaldi, yes. And I was like, I just... Daleks again. Right. And just gave up on it. But Agent Carter, I would say stick with, because it is a good storyline. The writing is as good as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'd say. And it's set in the same, not even in the same Marvel universe, but in the same part of that Marvel universe, which is even more interesting. But yeah, so some of the stuff, close your ears, Colin, if you plan to ever watch these. But if people are tuning into Agent Carter every week, then they have rediscovered Item 17, which has done horrific things to people in a cinema. Also, Howard Stark has made his 3rd appearance in the series, 3rd and final appearance in Series 1. And he is a big player in the finale, which I won't spoil for you, but it does involve a plane, flashbacks to Steve Rogers, and an emotional outcome.
If you're not spoiling on my behalf, I don't mind.
Yeah, it's not completely spoiling. But also, I will spoil it with some things, like the teaser of Arnim Zola. Now, Arnim Zola was the baddie in the TV screen in Captain America 2. And yeah, he pops up at the baddie, Ivchenko, who it turns out is Dr. Faustus, otherwise known as Johann Fenhoff, who first turned up in the 1960s comic of the original Captain America 107, his first appearance. But yeah, so Arnim Zola and Dr. Faustus kind of announced in that last bit. So it looks like things could get a lot more old school, basically, for the Captain America films and baddies, but especially for the for Agent Carter, because I presume it's going to be going into 2nd season now, because it's done rather well.
Are they going back to back, do you think, with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh,
Because that's just finished. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s starting in
next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, they teased that as well, actually. They
did they?
Yeah, I won't say a word about that.
I think I've seen them all on YouTube. I think I've watched everything.
Okay.
When I was
Yeah.
putting on our YouTube channel.
It's going to be exciting. Yeah, our YouTube channel, which you should all totally watch right now. While listening to us. Well,
They can listen to us whilst listening. Oh, no.
What? But yeah, also Gotham, Agent Carter can just go to the side for now. Gotham was amazing this week. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, there was everything from literal eye gouging, popping out and stamping on, if you want a bit of extreme gore, which is completely out of place in Gotham that we've watched so far. It has been absolutely intense. Really? Yeah. That is some brutal gore you would find it hard to see in most Swedish, B-movie gore films.
I'm not arguing against this one. I'm just an episode behind. I love Gotham.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
But some of it has been kind of brutal.
Yeah, but
and this one goes further.
Yeah, this is
I'm
a
excited.
lot further. This is grosser than most things I've watched in total. Like, not even just in the world of Marvel or DC or Gotham. So also, Alfred's old pal comes back, a shady figure from his also shady past. So you get to hear a little bit more about Alfred. And Alfred gets nice and protective. We like a bit of Alfred being protective. Oh, he gives us those smouldery eyes.
Everything he does. Like when he cooks pork chops.
Oh, I have a pork chop. Yeah, the decision making very Cockney was great. There's also a couple of awesome fight scenes, including one with young Bruce Banner.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's fighting it up.
Is he good?
Well, you'll have to watch it and find out. But yeah, no, it's a good scene. It's definitely a good scene. But then you find out that there is some undercover deviousness going on, And this whole idea of, Alfred's old pal coming out of the woodwork for one old, drink together from back in the day and all this, it's all absolute bollocks. It's all part of this cunning ruse to displace and subvert Wayne Enterprises from little Bruce. Also, one thing I noticed, where's Jim in all this? Jim Gordon was barely in the
Jim
episode.
the fish.
Jim Gordon was barely in the episode at all. Yeah, he was. He did turn up, and him and Bullock were doing something, investigating some stuff, but I can't remember what. So it can't have been that good.
Was the Scarecrow in it again?
No, but what stood out more was that wasn't the most boring bit, and I can't even remember that. The most boring bit was Barbara, his ex-missus, coming back to her flat and finding young Catwoman and young Poison Ivy there chilling out, and they just have a girls' day, and just try on dresses together, and yeah, no, seriously, they try on some dresses, and then Barbara tries to show young Catwoman, Selena Kyle, that sometimes using the beauty and her sexuality, because she's becoming a woman now, could be just as disarming for people as ninjaing around and being good at kicking stuff.
What, like ninjaing around and being good at kicking stuff, and instead having a dance battle as opposed to a fight?
They don't even have a dance battle. All they do is try hold up some pretty dresses before the young Selena Kyle puts down Barbara and says, "Well, how far's it got you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was making fun of Final Fantasy there.
Oh, I didn't notice.
The girls one. Well, the
Oh yeah, the
intended
Final
for
Fantasy
girls
10,
one.
Final Fantasy 10 too, where changing their outfits changes their abilities.
Poor-
Yeah,
poor
that's
decision.
that's. Well, talking to spoiler alert, that's spoilt Final Fantasy. Like that game did, all of it. It's all ruined.
Fair.
Yeah. So, and also Penguin and Butch, unlikely allies, have teamed up to try and take down Gotham because they're both tired of being sidekicks to other people and the underdogs.
Butch from almost the beginning has been one of those ones I've been really curious to see where this goes, because he was so much more badass, so
Yeah.
much more suited to that way of living, that scene, than Fish Mooney. He was a badass. He was loyal to what he needed to be, what
Absolutely.
he wanted to be, and that was that. He was. I'm pleased to hear you say that. I'm looking forward to watching it, because when Penguin made him dance, you can see why he did it. But that pissed me off a bit.
Yeah, well, you don't want to see him as a subordinate, do you? He's always been a guy, although he'd do anything for the person, the person he believed in, who we thought previously was Fish Mooney. But he definitely was proving a point there. You don't want to see him as a subordinate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is a rundown of what we've spoiled for you this week. And next up is our...
What if Wolverine's bones were made of chocolate?
What if Doctor Who used his powers to evil?
What if the Simpsons were all topless?
What if Bruce Banner never went to school?
What if...
Shut up! Niche Radio tells you what if.
And so coming up in a second is our what if section with possibly the best sting ever recorded. But first up, let's hear the answer to the quiz.
What was question 1? It was, name the quote.
So I said it was from Flash.
No. It was from the pilot episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Said by Sky.
Oh, no way.
Yep. You suck. Question 2.
I bet you wouldn't have got all these right. Next time I'm quizzing you.
Cool, alright. Question 2. What do you have?
1979.
It was June 6th, 1984.
Ah, so close. A hair's breadth.
A hair's breast. Question 3. Which page of the script to Serenity did Wash die?
121.
Nope.
122.
You're not in to get the points. It's 105, 105.
Ah, close.
I've enjoyed watching the commentary on everything Joss Whedon we've got in the house recently.
It's been
really
great,
fun.
isn't it? Yeah.
Learning lots. Question 4. What's Storm's real name?
Aurora Monroe.
Uno punto.
Oh, yeah, I've got 1 point.
And question 5. Stephen Fry once wrote a script for Doctor Who, which was never used.
I reckon that's false.
It's true.
I wished it was true, but it seemed too good to be true to me.
It was in... He wrote it for season 2 of the new school ones, obviously, because he was, I think, 7 when it came out. I've watched many podcasts about Stephen Fry talking about Doctor Who. Cool. So yeah, he wrote it for season 2 when Russell T Davies was still in charge, and it was going to be about a poem called Green Knight. Like, it's a medieval poem with like Celtic roots. And Russell T Davies said it was brilliant, but too complicated for what they were going for. And Stephen Fry was, well, after writing it, was too busy with other projects to correct it, so it never got shown, and it never will.
Oh,
it's disappointing.
That is. Stephen Fry is a bit of a legend, isn't he? And I would like to see Doctor Who Stephen Fry.
Maybe it will, because that was one of the first things he ever saw on TV, and he's gone. He's spoken many a time about his. That's what got him into TV. That's what got him into wanting to broadcast. His absolute amazement and his childhood made by Doctor Who. And what is this? How is this happening? This is wonderful. So maybe he will one day.
Fingers crossed.
It's got like Stephen Hawkins trying to be in James Bond before he dies.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those things like you've always wanted to do in the back of your head. Stephen Fry obviously really wants to do this because he wrote a script. So maybe he will go back to it one day when it needs a better writer than it's currently got. So maybe we should vote that Stephen Fry should get in charge.
I think we should start a petition. And let's face it, we should just call it Stephen Fry should write everything sci-fi from now on.
Stephen Fry sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. What if that was the case?
What if Wolverine's bones were made of chocolate?
What if Doctor Who used his powers for evil?
What if the Simpsons were all topless?
What if Bruce Banner never went to school?
What if...
Shut up! Niche Radio tells you what if.
I love that.
So here's Niche Radio to tell you what if. So our theme for today, Connor, take it away.
Theme for today is, we were briefly talking about Doctor Who a minute ago. There's the episode when the moon is actually an egg about to hatch into an alien. The main thing I took away from that episode was that was the day that mankind realised aliens were out there. We're not alone in the solar system or indeed the universe. And that's the day mankind changed. Like, if that was to happen now, like if suddenly you woke up in the morning, you turned on the news, and as opposed to the usual breaking stories, it was just everyone's like, oh, Jesus, aliens exist. Like,
to be fair,
what would happen?
Jesus is the first person I'd call.
Fair play. But what would happen? Like, realistically, what's the point of... Would we realise how small we are and it would stop war on the planet? Because we're all humans, we're all equal. There's no difference between any of us.
That's pretty deep. Surely a lot of us would just go grab guns and start shooting blindly into the air going, why?
It could be the case. I would not to point fingers at America, but
yeah.
They didn't take our show in Florida, so...
Yes, there's something wrong with them. They deserve an alien attack.
But no, what would happen?
There'd be a contingency plan straight away, wouldn't there? I mean, every government...
Do you think there already is one?
Probably.
There probably is, which is really cool.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Because scientists, have decided, have thought about it and been like, well, look, the probability of us being the only sentient things in the entire world ever, the entire universe ever, is unrealistic.
I think that's one of the most brilliant things about sci-fi, because sci-fi makes people think and question things, and I don't know, because like certain sci-fi episodes or seasons or whatever will make people think, which will eventually lead to the government. So they will have something in place just in case a asteroid hits the Earth or an alien just appears and has Q-like abilities and screws us around, or
yeah, there are contingency plans for loads of different things like that, won't they?
And it will all come from some guy just like me or you, a better writer than me, maybe as good as you, who puts things on paper and thinks this is really cool and some people like it, and then the government makes strategies because fiction's awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's some. Yeah, so there'll definitely be things put in place. But that would be the first thing that would happen, I think, would be that instantly every government would scramble to be like, right, do we all have this thing in place? Let's make sure, let's just, find out what we know about these creatures so far and see if it applies to our contingency plans. And then try and suppress. It would be suppressed in the media, I think. This is the conspiracy theorist and me talking. But
No, okay, okay. I take back the question slightly then and say there's none of that. Like in the Doctor Who episode, the moon turned into an alien. No
pretty
one
hard to
could
miss.
possibly miss it. It'll be, especially in
I mean, the
nowadays,
moon's pretty
YouTube will be
big.
everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's unsuppressible then.
Yeah.
It's whatever this is. I mean, are we talking? It's literally the moon's turned into an egg. Well, the moon is an egg, or it's just any alien invasion.
Just anything so all humans realise we are not alone.
I mean, there'll be a lot of
Mulder
people that-
goes, I told you.
Yeah.
Look at this poster behind my
I
behind my
fucking
desk
knew
for
it.
9 seasons and 1 comic book season. Screw you.
It's just- yeah. I mean, I reckon a lot of people would be very scared, obviously, and a lot of people will probably run to the streets, turn that fear into hatred, and try and go out, and because it would make people question everything about life, wouldn't it?
I would probably change everything in my life and do everything to make myself available to be sent into space.
Yeah.
Like, because they would like either an army of explorers or an army of guns. One way or the other, they'd want to send people out there. And I would do everything in my power. Either way, even if it was with guns, I wouldn't use them. I'd try and...
I'd be one of those nutcases on top of a building trying to spell out "We love you, aliens" in my own blood or something ridiculous.
Like that girl in Independence Day.
Who just gets covered in laser beams. She does.
That's a really cool scene.
It is a really cool scene. But yeah, I mean, I'd be one of those gormless hippies that just think that, as soon as they set foot on Earth, if they set foot on Earth, that they want to give us hugs. And hopefully they would. I mean, hopefully it'd be like a Star Trek First Contact thing where Zephyrin Cochrane is there awaiting
You
the
can't
Vulcans.
brap yourself.
I just totally brat myself for geek steez and knowledge. Because you wouldn't have brat me. Somebody's got it.
I've never brapped anyone.
Well, I didn't say brat, did I? There's a microphone here. The audience can clearly hear I did not brap anybody. I'm nowhere near gangster enough, but I'm getting there. Anyway, yeah, so when Zephyrin Cochrane meets the Vulcans for the first time, they do the Live Long and Prosper for the first time. I mean, I'd hope that would be the case. So I'd be one of those guys that'd be like, yeah, come be my friend. Let's all be mates and start a federation. But yeah.
I'm finding it really well. I'm loving watching. I'm watching Caprica at the moment for the first time. I love BSG. Like, it's one of my not only my favorite sci-fi anything, it's my favorite stories. My favorite.
Yeah, it's an epic. It's a saga, isn't it? I think it's something to be comparable to the old Viking tales of sailing off into the sunset.
Awesome is overused, but
It is, yeah.
It's awesome.
It's worth some more.
it is. So yeah, I'm enjoying watching Caprica at the moment and thinking, like, I love how real it is and how normal and day to day it is. Like, these 12 colonies, 12 planets have all emerged amongst each other, and AI, obviously they're sending people into war because humans are always going to do that until maybe this one day when aliens come about. But then they get AI, and it's just so real. How
Yeah.
I've totally gone off topic. I'm just excited about Caprica. I've been watching it the past few days.
Well, but no, it does apply, doesn't it? Because AI is one of the things that will become a sentience other than human sentience. It seems like the most likely, unless aliens pop up any second soon.
Well, the thing
But,
is, that
so-
is going to happen.
But I mean, ladies and gents, the point is that as although we are experts in the field of alien activity, we want to hear from you guys. We want you guys to get in touch with us. Tell us what if. Tell us if you think aliens do exist. Do they exist? And are they coming to get us and eat our brains, or are they coming to give us a high five and some new technology?
They sucked out his brains, man. They sucked out his brains.
So yeah, if you could tell us, then that would be amazing. Please get in touch with us on the Facebook at Niche Nights or on Twitter at Niche Radio, or just tune in. Tune in right now. You're already tuned in, right? But tune in again on Sunday. Listen to the same thing again. Go to our YouTube channel. Listen to all our shows again. It's going to be rad.
We've just set that up. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
We've also just set up a little clicky button called Watch Video on our Facebook account. You can just click that and then go straight to all of our 1 hour shows, which there's one of so far, and tomorrow there'll be 2.
It takes you right there. So next up is Geek Scene.
Geek Scene, what's happening locally and geekily.
So, geek scene, what is happening locally and geekily? Well, let me tell you, a fair bit.
I wish you could tell me.
Well, I can. There's all our stuff, which we already talked about. So if you've missed that before, there's Tokyo Chips on March 26th and Geek Night on April the 5th. But before that, there is the first respawning of Niche Night's 90s Night at Tiger Lounge. That is on March the 5th. And then we also have the MCM unofficial party in June. If you go onto Facebook or Niche Nights, have a look through all of them. There is absolutely tons happening at the moment. But yeah, there's a couple of things I wanted to big up today, in particular, because there's tons and tons and tons of more cool stuff happening all the time in Manchester. It really feels like what felt like quite a separate kind of crew of people who are, I don't know, into sci-fi or into cosplay or into comics. There seems like a real kind of solidarity at the moment because there's so many things that are available for people to do now to socialise rather than just, sitting at home counting their comics wishing they had a friend, which, I'd not saying it too candidly, but that was me 2 months ago before I found Niche Nights.
Talking about Niche Nights and counting comics, there's something we haven't talked about. Our comic swap.
Oh yeah, that is. Well, this is the geek scene. This is the time for it.
Geek scene, comic swap. Do you like Star Wars? Listen up.
Yeah, so we've got a brand new event that we set up only last night. If you want full details, check out the Facebook. But yeah, it is sponsored by Niche Nights, Fab Radio International, and Geek Night. We'll have DJs from all three of those. And it's going to be at Fab Cafe. But yeah, be a night where we all get to go down and watch a Star Wars film if we choose. And if you guys want to choose on the Facebook group, you can. The poll is still open. We want to hear from you. But yeah, it'll be a night of Star Warsy fun. There'll be prizes, a massive Star Wars prize bundle for the best Star Wars cosplay. So whether you're a Stormtrooper or a Princess Leia, or if you're more of a Wampa kind of person, then come on down. And it is cheap in it, but also the best bit is the comic swap, where if you bring down your old comics, stuff you're not interested in anymore, or you just want to see if you can get something better for, then bring them down, and then we'll have a whole bunch of comics you can just swap one for one.
We haven't decided what film yet, as Owen just said. It's open from 4, and we're going to start showing the film, say 5:30. So you've got an hour and a half where come down early and bring a bag, swap your comics. I don't think we can do it for money. So no one can sell comics, so it's just a barter system, because otherwise it gets into weird legal issues. But yeah, it's just a barter system, so come down, we'll make sure the cloakroom is open, so you can bring a bag and keep it safe in there, where you can party on down all night, because it's a bank holiday. So swap some comics, then sit down, have some food, which will be on, eat, watch some film, which will be on, and then get some dance, and get it on.
Oh yeah, we'll be boogieing like people in the Cantina band.
Open till 2 a.m. It's going to be absolutely rad. Bank holiday Sunday.
Yeah, and there'll be DJs from all the amazing peeps at Fab Radio International and Tokyo Chips and more.
Do you think Gameface will do it?
I reckon if we ask him really, really nicely.
Gameface, if you're listening,
please,
Graham, please will you DJ a night for us? Please. And I'll buy you a pint.
I'll give you a hug. I'll give you a pint's worth of hug.
Ooh.
Yeah, a hug and a pint.
I'll make you a random present.
That sounds like a good plan. Yeah, so pretty please, Graham from Gameface. Please DJ our event, because you're the best. Also, but what else has been happening on the geek scene? Well, tons and tons of stuff. FutureWorks, the music, entertainment, and everything college are doing a health and well-being event, which is on 26th of March, which is the same day as Tokyo Chips. So we're going down there. There's the Niche Nights guys to give them a whole ton of prizes and bits and bobs to play with, and also to do loads of gaming tournaments, including especially retro gaming. So we're taking down a SNES, maybe a PlayStation or something. I mean, that doesn't feel too retro to me. But yeah, we're taking down loads of gaming, getting involved and getting everyone to have a good time. And then hopefully we'll see you all there. And then, of course, we can drag you all down to Tokyo Chips on the 26th, which is going to be amazing. And also, for any cosplayers out there, cosplayers unite! If you're near Wigan, because at the Wigan Town Centre, which on the 11th of April, there's going to be a massive cosplayers meet at the Under the Water Bar. Now, this has been set up and is a great idea for anybody, no matter what your skill of cosplaying. please just come down for the meetup. You can all swap ideas, swap techniques, and be in character, because it's all in honor of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and any donations will go to Make-A-Wish, which is a very, very good cause. And that is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Wigan Town Centre at the Under the Water Bar. So not only can you dress up like the most badass character you can think of, you can meet everybody else who's dressed up like the most badass character you can think of, and because it's next to the Under the Water Bar, you can even have a drink. That sounds like a good day out to me.
Cosplay for a cause.
Yeah, I might dress as that guy from Niche Radio.
I might dress as that topless guy from Niche Radio.
Yeah, for anybody benefiting from the webcam at the moment, Connell is nips out. We should have a nips out alarm for this. Wait, give us a second. Okay, Alec is the alarm. Oh no, he's not. It's not going to work until it's too late, and I'll keep on talking for a bit, and then eventually it'll kick in. That seems to be what happens usually.
Now.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, I'm Helen. I like Game of Thrones, and you're listening to Niche Radio.
Can't believe you're not topless. It's rubbish.
I'm topless underneath my 2 layers of clothing.
Anyone who's watching on webcam, if it's Wednesday, I'm topless. If it's Sunday, you're probably watching some random guy in here thinking he's not topless.
But Connell probably is topless, chances are.
Most likely, yeah.
So, ladies and gents, that was Geek Scene. Now, now we've got to ask a question, which we ask most weeks, which is who would win in a fight between. Wait, I was trying to find the thing. Let's just put this on first.
Good thing.
That's competition time.
Competition time. I'm gonna win.
That is one of the better ones, to be fair.
I'm gonna win.
totally keeping that one on. But what we really want to know is who would win in a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the title fight, the greatest moment in superhero versus supervillain history. In the red corner, the almighty, the upstanding pillar of all that is good, and in the blue corner, the devious, the Machiavellian, the dastardly loser of all time. Who would win in a fight? You decide. Ready? Fight. Ready? Fight.
Steve Barrett.
So, today I'm posing Connell the question of who would win a fight between all of the Street Fighter characters and all of the Tekken characters.
Oh.
So like Tekken versus Street Fighter Brawl.
Iranu.
It's the Royal Rumble.
Uvavu.
It's never mind the Buzzcocks quotes. No, the other one.
Shooting stars.
Yeah, there we go.
George Dawes, what are the scores?
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight? I'm a much bigger fan personally of Tekken, like massively. So apart from in later games when they changed the game from fighting into going through that maze, I like the chicken.
Chicken's important.
But nothing else, and I just want to fight.
You are evading the question.
I am. I would say martial law would lead this army for Tekken.
All right, yeah. I mean, he's got a good tactical mind. You can tell that from his backwards kicks.
Eddie Gordo would have his side.
Yeah, totes, because he's all leggies. He's leggy Mount Batten.
So would Roger. Those would be his
the
two.
Kangaroo.
They would be the two, like his two henchmen.
Yeah.
In fact, choose your leaders from Street Fighter and their two henchmen.
Well, Street Fighter. Well, everyone knows that evil prevails. So Akuma would be presiding over these, with M. Bison as his right hand man.
Good call. My camcorder is called M. Bison.
Oh, good. Then as his left hand man, he would have Ken, who we would have under M. Bison's mind control, because then Ken's got all the projectiles. He can be all like Hadouken, and I'm pretty sure in Tekken there's not very many projectile things. They've kept it very realistic, where you just actually have to hit them, like old school style, rather than firing weird stuff at them.
With the exception of Yoshimitsu, of course, who can do that weird breath thing.
Oh yeah, but he's just coughing poison at them. You could cough poison any day.
Yoshimitsu, I think, as much as I like playing with him, annoys me a bit in that game. Incidentally, I look better doing the fight like that Dragon Punch being topless than you do in your Christmas jumper.
Yeah, you probably do. Yeah, the Christmas jumper isn't very threatening. So come on then, what's your answer?
Got that much time.
What's your answer?
It's Tekken.
Okay,
Tekken's Tekken's well better.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then good news, everyone.
Oh, you want some good news? Because unfortunately we are finishing the show,
Deeper.
which could be good news in itself
Deeper.
if you don't like the show. But yeah, so we are finishing off the show now. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you have only just tuned in, you've missed out on all the latest on new merchandise and comics and sci-fi and gaming related stuff, all the new events. Please check out our Facebook and our Twitter, which is Niche Nights and @Niche Radio respectively, and check out our new YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, if anyone's tuning in and wants to listen back or listen back to old shows, as of last week we started doing a 1 hour show. We're now followed by Steve Berry, so anyone tuning in for that slightly early, hello, how's it going?
Oh yeah, we are Niche Nights. Please like us on Facebook and Niche Radio on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, we're going to steal his listeners. But yes, we're down to a 1 hour show now, which means we've cut out all the music and we're pure talk, which means we can now do podcasts. So we're on YouTube as of last week. There's one up there already. Today's will be on tomorrow. So please go on that and enjoy it. If you go on our Facebook page, you can click a button and it'll send you directly to it.
It'll be super fun. So, what is the good news of the week?
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then good news, everyone!
My rabbit Tilly is the best rabbit ever.
She's super fluffy.
And she's also really hardcore.
Yeah,
She had an operation and just laughed, punched the vet in the face and said, "Shut up."
she sure did.
But I didn't know rabbits could speak.
Yeah, and had a shave with his teeth. Well, my good news is that I've still got 2 hands, which is
I've got opposable thumbs. They're important. Aliens exist.
yeah. Well, these are all a boon.
And
So-
Steve Berry is up next. He's got a show about cars.
He sure does. So thank you all for tuning in. You have been loyal niche